Hello and welcome to Complete with DLC, the only show bricking Wii U's. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Griffin, and sitting across from me is the mighty number nine himself, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
That is the worst thing you ever said to me.
I know, right? Isn't that terrible?
Yeah. I'm
I basically
actually,
just walked into a room and slapped your mother.
more or less, I'm actually really sad for this game. Like, it did not deserve to do this poorly.
Yeah, I feel bad for it, but
They
I,
brought it on
I'm
themselves.
I really
Just,
feel bad for the Kickstarter backers of this.
seriously, if anyone's getting screwed, it's them. They aren't getting the right DLC keys. There's just, oh my god, it's just a whole mess.
Or it's
Nothing
even the
went right.
fact it's even the fact of like they put in their money to this game and they were told this is going to be the brand new Mega Man, and this is not anywhere close to being the quality of Mega Man.
The only thing I've heard that's positive is that it actually sounds kind of cool. Like the sound effects and well, not the sound effects, but the music in the game is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I've heard the voice acting is atrocious though,
Oh yeah.
which is weird because they went back for a second round of Kickstarter funding just to get the voice acting.
Which begs the question, how bad was the first round that they decided they needed more money to try again?
Maybe they just didn't even have voice acting in the first round. Maybe it was just text, which is maybe how they should have kept it.
I think that would have been fine.
Yeah, it would have been like old Mega Man.
Yeah, why not? Do a little text bubbles, it's fine. I would have been okay with that. I mean, I'm not buying the game, so it's not like I really care, but
Yeah, I mean, but it was something that I was excited for as a fan of Mega Man.
see,
I would have.
I never liked Mega Man much.
Is it just because it's too hard?
Yeah, I sucked at it, so
Yeah.
like I can understand why people love it. Like it's one of those games where mastering it feels very good. Like it's very similar to like Dark Souls for me, right? Like
Mm.
most people don't like Dark Souls. I love it because I can master it. I can't do that with Mega Man. I suck at platformers, and I don't know. Something about it. My hands don't work in that fashion.
Right.
So I don't like Mega Man. It's a vested interest against it.
Mm. It sucks. I really wish that a lot of people would look at Mega Man because I feel like a lot of people nowadays just don't like platformers just based on the fact that they're old.
And well, that's not true. Shovel Knight and Guacamelee were both of the platformer, you know, essence, and those games both did very, very well. So it's not that people don't like platformers; it's that they want something in addition to platforming. You can't make a Mario today, right?
Mm.
You need something in addition to platforming.
They do though, just make just regular Mario though now.
Yes, they do.
I mean, I think it's one of those things that ebbs and flows in popularity. Like for a while, the platform will be really high and really hot. Like especially when like the first new Super Mario Brothers came out on DS, it did really well. And so then that just caused like this stream of new Super Mario Brothers games to come out, and now that we've had like 50 of them, we don't want them anymore.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be the same thing with 3D platformers. 3D platformers might come back because in the mid to late '90s there was tons of them. They've been gone for about 10, 20 years. I think they might start coming back again. I would hope. It's the only kind
I
of
would
platformer I was good at.
think with ukulele it would come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is that might spark the resurgence. There's also a theory that polygonal graphics might come back because of Super Hot.
I mean, I think it works in Super Hot, but in any other game, I'd be like, that's an ugly art style.
There was another one that did it before Super Hot. Heavy Bullets, I think, was the name of it. And
Never heard.
I thought that looked pretty cool. So I don't know. People do it here and there as an artistic choice, and I think it works for certain games.
Have you seen the trailer for Super Hot VR?
I have.
That game looks incredible.
It looks really, really cool. I wish I would get the chance to try it.
I like regular Super Hot, so I can only assume that VR Super Hot is even better.
I mean, I've never played it. It was at the PC gaming conference of E3, but I only sort of tuned into that one. It has something to do. I think it's either Oculus exclusive or it's on Oculus. I don't remember which one it was, but
I think it's timed Oculus exclusive or something
oh,
like that.
okay. I was
The
gonna say
the
because if that's the case, then I wouldn't be able to get it because I don't think I'm getting an Oculus.
you're gonna get the Vive.
If I had a choice between the two, I'd absolutely get the Vive.
Mm. I mean, I'm sure it'll come to all the VR platforms. I don't think that they would, you know, be dumb and just strand it on one.
That's exactly what they've been trying to do the last 3 months.
I mean, yeah, that's what they've been trying to do. But do you want to move on into what we're playing?
Sure.
So, Brad, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I've been downloading Goat Simulator in hopes of playing it before we recorded the show, but for some reason it wanted to download at the speed of snail. So
First of all, that's surprising because that game is like really tiny.
yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, we're recording a little bit late today, so I mean, it's been recording for most of the, or updating for most of the morning. I should be able to play it before we have time to the show. But no, it's been sitting at 87% for God knows how long now.
Oh, that might be a problem with your Xbox might just be frozen. In all honesty, you should probably just restart it.
I mean, I can still do all. I pause the download, I restart it again, all this other good fun stuff, but it gets up to the mid to late 80s and then slows down. So I don't know.
That's weird.
That and my internet has been sort of temperamental the last few days anyway. It works when it wants to. It sometimes it just doesn't want to work. So
There was that one time a couple of weeks ago when we were recording the show and it just dropped.
yep, mid sentence just went bloop.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hope it doesn't happen now. We jinxed it.
Oh Jesus, what did we do?
Yep. I hope that really doesn't happen. But other than that, I've been just playing the usual. I'm getting a little farther in Doom. Still stuck on level 4. That's really big level, so it's kind of frustrating me.
Mm.
I'm just patiently waiting for that competitive Overwatch mode to come out at the end of the month. I'm just biding my time. I'm almost done with Dark Souls 1. I've almost beaten that. I'm almost done with Dark Souls 2. So
Are you playing Dark Souls 1 and 2 at the same time?
Yeah.
Why not just play one, then play the other?
Because they play pretty differently, actually. Dark Souls 2 plays much more akin to a Bloodborne game than it does Dark Souls, simply because it almost entirely relies on dodge rolling, very similar to Bloodborne, because shields in Dark Souls 2 are not as good as they were in 1, and I was a very big shield player, so Dark Souls 2 kind of takes me out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Right.
And whenever I get frustrated with the one, I jump to the other one, and because they play differently, it's not like I'm jumping to the same thing that just frustrated me.
Right. Oh yeah, I could see that.
So I get the same fun gameplay with a little different flavor. It's like a different flavor of ramen after you've had chicken flavor for the last 17 meals.
I've had chicken flavor for like the last 17 years of my life.
I feel like it's one of those things that everybody has it, but everybody wants to branch out, and that's something I do. Is I branch out with my ramen flavors.
The thing is just like what I do most of the time is I buy the big box.
Yep.
And so like the only real big box flavors they have are chicken or beef, and I don't like beef that much.
Yeah.
So
If
I
there was
usually
any doubt that we're college students, I think we just reaffirmed the fact that yes.
I've been eating ramen since I was like 5.
Yeah. You know the people who like put peanut butter in it? I've never tried it. I kind of
No.
want to though.
I want to go to Japan and get like real ramen. I want to try that out.
They
See what
have
that's like.
up near Boston. They have some authentic Japanese places that make it. It's expensive though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
not the ramen way.
yeah. I would. Well, it's not the American ramen way where it's 97 cents for a pack of 36 of those weird little square ones.
I make those all the time. Like,
I mean, they work in a pinch. Yeah, your sodium levels are going through the roof, but you know what? You're not starving, so take it for what you will.
exactly.
But other than eating ramen and playing Overwatch, I have not been doing much else other than watching a ton of anime. I have not been playing any games because I'm busy watching anime.
You watching Mr. Robot still?
I haven't. I am about halfway through episode 2. I've been putting it off. I think
Jesus.
the next season's coming on USA soon, so I think before that comes on, I'll finish the first season and get ready for the second one.
July 13th, baby.
Yeah,
I'm real excited. Best show on television. Everyone should be watching it.
it is pretty good. Takes a while to get used to the main character. I will say that though. So if you're going in there expecting a likable main character at the beginning, it takes a bit to sort of adjust to him.
Yeah, he grows on you.
Yeah, he's the TV equivalent of the unreliable narrator, which is kind of interesting.
I liked that a lot about it.
Yeah. It's something you don't see very often in TV. But anyway, speaking of things that aren't video games, Jacob, what have you been playing this week?
So like I said on Tuesday's show, I started playing XCOM Enemy Unknown because it was free on Xbox. So I wanted to give it a try because I had never played it before. And I like this game a lot actually. It's kind of hitting my itch for a strategy game that like I didn't think that I had.
Yeah, watching my brother play, it seemed to be very like Fire Emblem meets like an RTS.
That is kind of how I would describe it. It's sort of that kind of RTS kind of gameplay. It actually reminds me a lot of like a chess game in a way, where you have to set up your pieces, which would be your individual soldiers, and then you have to plan your attack on the aliens that way.
I mean, it seems pretty interesting. What I did notice though is that the hit percentage chance seems to be completely bonkers. Like
What do you mean?
I was watching my brother play, and he has one soldier stationed around a corner, and around the corner behind a dumpster, or not behind a dumpster, but on the side of a dumpster is an alien, and he's like 3 feet away from him, and he has like a 60% chance to hit. But another soldier who's at the top of a building, looking through two walls, has an 80% chance to hit. So I don't know how the hit percentage chance works in that game just from watching. So
I have noticed some things too in that game that are a little bit BSy in a way. Like I've been like an inch away from an alien before and I've missed my shot,
yeah.
and that bothers the hell out of me.
What did look cool though was that the dude who saw through two walls and had an 80% chance to hit, when he took the shot, it actually showed what he did. So he like kicked open the window, poked his head out, and then shot him. We're like, oh, that's how he has an 80% chance to hit. That makes sense. He's not going to shoot through
Yeah,
the
it's
wall.
it's good because it has those little action animations in it, so it makes it um less boring than most like RT or like real time strategy games like that.
Yeah.
And like it's showing what you're doing in like a cool cinematic view. A lot of the animations are a little stilted. I will say that. Like a lot of it is like your shot goes off and then like a couple seconds it shows like your soldier and then it shows the alien like exploding or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's interesting though. I like it a lot. I kind of want to play like the other expansion of it that adds like mech suits and stuff because that sounds awesome.
People seem to be
But
enjoying the
like
second game, so
it's like $40, like Enemy Within or something like that is what it's called.
Jesus. That the expansion is $40 with the second game still with being out?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
I know.
You think with
And you know what's even more ridiculous is that this game is the free game this month, so you think like maybe there was like a sale to coincide with that about Enemy Unknown or Enemy Within or whatever.
that would be smart.
But there is a sale going on, but it's on PlayStation. It's not on Xbox.
That's just sort of a middle finger to anybody who got it on Xbox. Like, listen, you didn't care enough to buy our game. You can pay full price for the DLC.
Yeah, it's like $7 on PlayStation right now, but it's like $40 on Xbox. So that aggravates the hell out of me.
That's just amazing to me. The fact that there's a sequel out to the game, and yet the expansion is still that high. Like, that's ridiculous to me. It's like Civ
It's
5 levels of expansion prices.
Yeah, it's really weird. But other than that, I did a couple weird things that I've never thought to do before. Um, so ever since like E3 and the announcement of the new Spider-Man game coming from Insomniac, I've kind of been like in the mood to play a Spider-Man game. The problem is that there's not really a good one on the new gen consoles. Like there's the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I've heard isn't that bad, but the problem is that it's still being sold for $60.
Yeah.
So I'm not into spending $60 on the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game.
When you're gonna get another one.
Exactly, and like by like next year or the year after. So, which will probably be better because it's made by a studio that knows what they're doing.
And all that footage
Um,
we saw was in engine, by the way. I was reading an article today that said everything we saw at E3 was in engine.
wow, so that game looks really good then.
Yep.
Um, so I went back to the good old PlayStation 2
Oh.
and I played Spider-Man 2. And I realized that maybe we look at that game with rose-tinted glasses.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I like, don't get me wrong, like the web swinging physics are kind of amazing for, the time and for just how it works. You know what I mean? Because a lot of games before that would just he shoots his web straight in the air and that's it. You know what I mean? Like there was no challenge to it. So with this, with it attaching to buildings and stuff,
You actually had to
it's
kind of
very
look where you were throwing it.
exactly. The problem is that getting around that city with that with that system is kind of a pain in the ass.
Oh, absolutely. It's a cool novelty, but after a while, you're like, okay, I kind of wish I could speed this up a little bit.
Especially in like parts where you have to chase things. Like there's multiple like side missions on the street where you have to chase down cars, and it's just annoying as hell to try to chase them because like you'll have to take a sharp turn, so you go to hit it and then you get caught on the building,
You
and
gotta
it's
wonder if
just
this is how Spider-Man feels when he's running through New York. It's like, ah, no, not the side streets.
I guess it's kind of interesting in that fact of like Spider-Man is not a perfect superhero, so maybe his swinging wouldn't be perfect every time.
Yeah, I mean, he is just a snarky teenage kid who happened to be bit by a spider, so.
There are games though that I think have come out since then that have done the swinging better. which would be like Web of Shadows on the Xbox 360. That was an interesting game just because of its morality choice, which made no sense to me because why would anyone want to, be the bad Spider-Man? But the swinging in it, like it was similar to Spider-Man 2, but they fixed it up a lot. And so I maybe just wish that like that's my one wish for this new Insomniac game is that the web swing is good. Also the fighting in this game is atrocious.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's just mash X to win.
That's how I feel about a lot of those types of games, especially like the Batman Arkham games, where I feel like I'm just hitting the same button to beat everybody up.
See, the thing with the Batman Arkham games though is that there's a little bit of a technique to it though, right? You hit X, right, but then there's the parts where you have to dodge, and then you have a button to dodge. In this game, I assume you have a button to dodge because your spider sense goes off when you're about to get attacked, but there's no real way of like countering that. So it just feels like there's absolutely no like strategy to it, where it's just like I can literally just keep hitting X. If I jump out of the way and then come back and hit X, it'll work.
It's very button mashy.
Mm. Also, too, I went back to my save game, which is in the middle of the game somewhere, and there are just guys on the streets in mech suits attacking civilians, and I don't know what's going on.
You're just like Spider-Man then. He very
Exactly.
rarely has any idea what the hell's going on.
Like I just get dropped into this game at a point where I'm just like I don't know what's happening. Also, another thing about this game that really aggravates me is I want to play the next story mission because I want to find out exactly where in the story I am. But like you have to get like 50,000 hero points, right? And at this point I only have 4,000. So the way you get hero points is by doing like those random crimes on the street
Yeah, like
or
stopping
helping
muggings or whatever.
yeah, or helping that kid get his balloon. Like
That frickin' kid in his balloon.
I know there's like
Or
even
web it
points
to
where
his
like
frickin' hand.
it's been happening to me like when I'm in the middle of like chasing down a car that just like robbed a bank or something like that, and the kid's like, "Oh no, my balloon!" I'm like, "Are you serious? There's a bank robbery happening right now, and you
A
want me to
man
get
just
your
got shot. You want me to?
yeah, exactly. You want me to get your effing balloon?" But like, um, so I you only get like 250 for each random crime that you stop, and I'm at like 4,000 right now.
So you
So
need like 200 of these stupid crime stops.
yeah, exactly.
That my math
Or
is way off there, but somebody
I
smarter than me correct me.
something to that effect. Like it's just ridiculous to me that like you need to have like this many stopping of these crimes. Some of them give you more money. Like the mech guy ones gave me like 500, but even then, I don't get a mech guy one every time. Most of what I get is the mugging or the bank robbery or whatever.
Yeah, or balloon boy.
Yeah, or balloon boy. So like I don't know. Like it's just like this game feels very off balance. It's definitely not as good as I remember it, but the swinging in it is great for the time. But I think we really need a better way of getting around that city.
Yeah, so let's hope Insomniac has learned a thing or two from their past mistakes. There are only two things I want in this new Spider-Man game: a decent swinging system and Bruce Campbell somewhere in that game. Only two things I want.
Bruce Campbell's got to show up because he shows up in every Spider-Man game. He's even in the Amazing Spider-Man games.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a unspoken agreement at this point. Is that if you make a Spider-Man game, Bruce Campbell's in it.
And then the last thing that I played, which is very odd that I've been playing this, is this game on PlayStation. It's free to play. It's called The Four Kings Casino and Slots or something like that. It's a free to play casino game, so you can assume that there are microtransactions to buy chips, and you'd be correct.
Of course.
But the thing is with it, right, is that there's like a PlayStation Plus Founders Pack that um gets you like 10,000 coins. So I've just been playing off that, and I'm almost bankrupt in this casino. I realized I'd be terrible at gambling.
Don't ever go to Vegas.
Because the thing is like when I'm on like a hot streak, like I was sitting there, I was playing blackjack, and I think I started with like 5 grand, and I got up to 10 grand, and I was like, I should stop, but I'm on a hot streak, so I'm not gonna stop. Then I kept losing, kept losing, kept losing, and so that ruined me.
You are every gambling addict in every movie ever.
Yeah,
When any
it's
sane person would check out and go, you know what? I've made a decent sum of money. I'm playing a losing game here. Let's get out while I'm ahead. You did the stereotypical thing and said, no, I can't lose. I'm on a hot streak.
the weird thing about this game though, right, is that like you think like a casino game, it's it's just let's go around, let's play slots, let's do whatever. This is like a weird like social hub kind of. It reminded me a lot of PlayStation Home, actually.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a great thing because PlayStation Home was some of the best times that I had on the PlayStation 3. But so it's weird, right? Like you have the regular casino floor, you have the um you have like the different rooms for each game, like poker, blackjack. They have a bingo room. It has Keno in the game. Like it's weird. But then they have like a nightclub that you can go to, and then they have like an apartment that you have in the hotel. It's weird.
I'm just picturing a bunch of grandmas at Vegas playing bingo.
It's weird. You go into the room, it looks like that. Because like they have each character there doing the animation, and it's just like them dopping on the thing. It's crazy.
That's I don't know how to feel about that, honestly.
It's an interesting game. It's fun. It's fun to fake gamble. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to gamble when there's no real money involved.
Yeah, there's no risk.
Exactly. And so just all this added stuff that they put in it is just weird, but it's really funny to me. And I've been playing like an ungodly amount of it in the past week.
You have become addicted to fake gambling.
In a way, and like I found out a way to cheat the system where like every 15 minutes it gives you 250 coins. So I'll just leave my PS4 on and I'll walk around the house and do whatever I have to do. And I just keep getting all these coins. And then there's like a free daily spin that you can do. Where, like I think you can win up to like 200 like 2500 coins. So there's that.
This sounds like a mobile game.
It weirdly is a mobile game that has like a weird walking around element to it. Like you can customize your avatar and stuff. Like it's so odd, but it's like it's weirdly got its hooks in me. And like the microtransactions don't even seem that bad. You can spend $20 and get like a bunch of stuff. Like 400,000 coins and like just like a bunch of stuff. It brings you to VIP levels so you can go play in the VIP rooms. It's interesting. Check out the Four Kings Casino and Slots, or whatever it's called.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
I'm telling the audience to check it out. It's interesting.
Let us know how it works out for you guys if you do check it out. Are you the same gambling addict that Jacob seems to be?
I would love if we just got emails that are just like, I lost my family to the Four Kings Casino.
This game ruined my life.
Uh, but that's all I played this week. So would you like to get into the news now?
Sure.
So Brad, we don't have a lot of news this week. There's not a lot of stuff to talk about.
We're winding down from E3. We're sort of taking a little break. Everybody's announcement out.
But we do have a little bit of an announcement. It's kind of a bad announcement because I was a little bit excited for this game. The Burnout team is dropping its new game, its announced game Beyond Cars to just work on Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, we had talked about that Burnout project previously on the show, and we both of us being fans of the Burnout franchise. We're excited to see what it had in store, but seems like we will never get that chance.
Yeah. Criterion Games' Beyond Cars project, the multi-vehicle action sports concept it unveiled at E3 2014, is no longer in development, according to a report from GameSpot. The developer has moved on, publisher Electronic Arts said in a statement. Beyond Cars was something of a successor to Criterion's Burnout franchise. Instead of cars, the action sports game was pitched as a variety of different playable vehicles, including ATVs, helicopters, jet skis, and boats. The first-person game was said to have been inspired by GoPro-style action footage from extreme sports athletes and was purportedly the biggest game Criterion ever made. Criterion is currently co-developing Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR mission with DICE for PlayStation VR. The title will be free for everyone who owns Star Wars Battlefront on PlayStation 4. Criterion is also experimenting with new intellectual properties, according to GameSpot's report. And there was a trailer where they announced what Beyond Cars was, and it seemed like a real cool thing.
But you know what? I'm kind of okay with this, just because if I had to pick between the two, like if I wanted a Star Wars game or a Burnout game, I would prefer a good Star Wars game, just because I think that I'm a bigger fan of Star Wars than I am of Burnout, and if it means that dropping this project is going to give more time and more effort or more resources to put into their Star Wars games, then so be it.
If Criterion doesn't make a pod racing game, then EA is screwed up here.
Yeah, seriously, just what do you do? Make that the pod racing game. Just take the remnants of whatever this Burnout game would have been and make it in a pod racing game.
Imagine a pod racing game with crash mode in it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Like that would be amazing. Like first of all, this team all they really know how to do is like vehicle stuff, right? Like not saying like that's all they know how to do. I'm sure they could branch out and make an RPG if they really
It's what
wanted
they're
to.
used to doing.
Exactly. It's what they're known for. So, if they're working on Star Wars stuff, why not pod racing? Why not make a pod racing game that can be played in VR and will be actually like a full game, not just a wing X-wing mission?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that now that they're dropping their Burnout burdens, that they can put more effort into this X-wing VR thing, and it doesn't just turn out to be like an experience type deal, because that's the very vibe I'm getting from it. Is it's not really a mission; it's more
Well,
of mission with little quotation marks.
I think the fact that it's a free update for the game tells you all you need to know
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
it's not going to be a full blown game, but I would like more than just to sit in the cockpit of an X-wing as it flies around, Because that's
I
that's
feel like
right
you'll
now
be
all
able
I'm
to
expecting.
control it, but I don't think it'll be like anything crazy.
Yes, but if anything, pod racing, get on it.
Also, too, I think the reason why this game got dropped so quickly after E3 is like it's not exactly the same thing, but Steep is doing kind of some of the same stuff that this is doing.
Yeah, it's just in a snowy setting, right? It's very
Yeah,
GoPro inspired. It's very,
even to the point where they have the GoPro branding in it.
yeah. So I can see why either they just didn't want to compete with Steep, or they were already considering dropping the project, and this just made it easier.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sucks to hear, but I'm very curious to see what they're going to work on next.
Yes, and it better be good. No
Speaking of
pressure.
things that aren't good,
God,
Mighty Number Nine is like, hold on a second. Audacity has stopped working.
you did not just lose your audio.
Um, I hope not.
Okay. Hold on, I can do some fancy editing. Edit
Oh,
point
wait.
here.
Wait a minute. Okay. Recover project. Let's see. What does it go up to? I have the whole thing up to 26 minutes and 45 seconds.
All right, play for me the last thing that it recorded.
It's the end of the what's it called? The burnout thing.
Did it catch the anything about Audacity not working?
No. It ends with that sucks, but I'm very curious to see, and then it just cuts off there.
Okay, I will do some fancy editing to.
I'm gonna I'm gonna export this audio real quick just so that way I can restart over and then it will resync in there.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Am I exporting what I have?
This one's 44, right?
Yes. Folder new episode 44. Nope, not 47. 44. We're not there yet.
That's so weird. I've never had that happen to me before.
Audio B43 part 1.
Did you put 43?
Oh, I did. Whatever. I'll just rename it.
Well, I mean, the fact that part one is there, I think will tip you off to the fact that
Yeah, well, it happens. It's fine.
this has literally never happened to me before. This is so weird. I feel like I'm talking like after sex, like I came too quick.
Yeah, it's.
Never
I
happened.
mean, it's.
I don't know who this is right now. Hold on a second.
Oh, I'm glad the recording stopped for them. To
Hello?
call.
Yes. Good. How are you? Yes. No, this would be my first job. Hmm. I am in school, but I'm off for the summer. I'm in college. Yes. Yes, I go to BCC. Um, as of right now, I'm scheduled to go back full time. Yes. Mm. Yeah, I'm available tonight. All right. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. I'll see you tonight, Mike. All right. See you. Thank you. So I think I just got a job.
I heard the whole phone call, so
Could you hear his side too?
yeah, I could hear his side.
Oh. So yeah, I got a job at Royal Pizza, I think.
Royal Pizza, where's that?
It's literally right down the street from our house.
Oh,
It's right next to
is
the
it
liquor
in that
store.
that plaza right before Shaw's?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's looking for nights and weekends, so that works for me.
Shit, I could use that.
Go down there and fill out an application. They seem like they're looking for help. Actually, I didn't even have to fill out an application. I just left my name and number and my availability. But I have to go there at 6, so wait, why does my watch say 4:15? Is it 4:15 right now?
And no, it's quarter of four.
That's weird. Okay.
Well, make sure you look nice.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I gotta make sure of that. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna click. Are you ready?
No.
Okay.
Okay. 27. Okay. All right.
All right. I'm gonna click record now, and then we're gonna do the 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 now. Three,
Three, two,
two,
one,
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 1,
two,
2,
three.
3. Okay. I mean, that sucks to hear, but I'm excited to see whatever they're gonna do next. Speaking of something that sucks, we're gonna move on into how Mighty Number Nine is apparently just bricking Wii U's.
This game is just ruining everything, always.
Yeah, it just keeps going in for more and more terribleness. Um, so conflicting reports are popping up on social media about the possibility of Mighty Number Nine bricking Wii U consoles. Given the state of the game's launch up to this point, the community's concerns aren't unfounded. A very early report from Go Nintendo stated that the loading times reach up to 45 seconds long, with users experience input lag and frame rate issues. Other people are reporting crashes from numerous gameplay elements, such as whenever the protagonist shoots his weapon, or when one is trying to return to the title screen. But according to Sean Hicks Art, his friends Wii U's are fully bricked after playing the Mighty Number 9 Wii U digital version. And Sean Hicks tweeted, Mighty Number 9 will either soft freeze or brick Wii U's. For my friend's case, her Wii U is bricked, not too keen about having to be careful.
It's you know the expression chase two mice and you'll catch neither.
Yeah.
These guys tried chasing 17 mice. And
Yeah.
as it turns out, you can't catch 17 mice. And it's just ridiculous to me that I am sure that somebody out there is having some issues with this on their Wii U. Whether it's not, it's bricking the console is another thing altogether, because that's a pretty serious issue if that is the case. But I can almost promise you that people are having issues with this game on every platform. And it's a shame that this was even allowed to get this far. Like, you know that they were forced to put this game out at some point, right? They could not delay it any longer. It's been delayed God knows how many times.
Right.
To the point where we made a behind the scenes pact on the show that we wouldn't talk about the game again because it had been delayed so many times. We wouldn't speak about it until it was released. And just it's ridiculous. Like at some point, you need to realize that you can't do that many things at the same time. I get that they wanted to get it on every platform that played games, even on Linux, which nobody develops for Linux, as Linux users very well know.
That's great.
You sort of need to, focus on the big ones, make the little
I'm
ones
surprised this thing
later.
isn't on iPhone.
You know what? At this point, it'd be breaking iPhone, so I'm kind of glad it isn't.
I mean, yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like at this point, it's basically the Minecraft of platformers. It's on every single platform.
Yep, it's on the Vita, and they stopped developing for the Vita, so I,
That's true. As much as I love my Vita, nothing comes to the Vita.
I don't know. Honestly,
Uh,
I'm sad.
There is an update to the story, though. Deep Silver, the game's publisher, told VentureBeat they're remedying the issue with the Wii U as soon as possible. We're aware of some isolated incidents of consumers experiencing issues on the Wii U, and they're actually being addressed in a patch that's deploying out on Wii U systems today, Deep Silver said. The patch is already live in Europe and should be hitting the US before the end of the day.
That's great to hear. Except they also have to fix the issues on the 360, on Mac, and Linux. And if it bricked a Wii U, a patch ain't gonna fix that, my friend.
That is true. If a Wii U is completely bricked, like that's just it's screwed at that point.
Yeah, and I, they're extra screwed because think of it this way, right? Their Wii U just got bricked, and it's for a game that they purchased. So what do? They can't buy another Wii U because the NX is coming out in March of 2017. You're not gonna buy a console that you're gonna use for 6 months, right? So what do? Do they go without a Wii U until the NX comes out, or do they buy another Wii U and just have it replaced by the NX later?
It seems like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, like they're double screwed. Yeah, it sucks your console got bricked, but now it sucks even more that you don't really have an answer to replace it.
Yeah, that this is all a really shitty situation.
It's just everything's fallen to pieces.
And
This,
honestly, like,
I'm sad. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm sad. I don't even like Mega Man, and I wanted it to be better than this.
Sonic the Hedgehog also got a little got a little peachy on Twitter. It's like, "Congrats on the launch, Mighty Number 9. It's better than nothing."
You know what? I give them credit. If anybody has a right to make fun of bad launches, it's the Sonic franchise.
They don't have any right to make fun of anything that people are doing in the video games industry.
I mean, they've had their fair share of terrible launches in the past. They've had terrible games, whole games in the past. Sonic 06. So, I mean, if you're getting jabbed at by them, that's a low blow.
That is.
Like,
That's gonna hurt.
you're getting insulted by the dude who regularly screws up, so you know you screwed up when he's the dude picking on you.
Exactly. This sucks to hear about Mighty Number 9, but maybe guys shouldn't buy the game.
Somehow, I don't think Keiji Inafune is that affected because he's working on like 3 other projects. So,
Yeah,
I think
he's
this
got
was
that
just a
Xbox
side.
game coming.
I think this was just a side project for him, honestly. At some point, like at first, it might have been the big thing, but he picked up other projects along the way, and I think now those have sort of overshadowed his time.
Yeah. But let's talk about a game that's actually good. Hotline Miami 2. And it's finally launched its level editor out of beta. The level editor for Hotline Miami 2 is now properly launched, letting you create your own levels and campaigns for Denaton's top-down bloodbath. Or, meant to make your own, but mostly end up playing levels that other people have made. That's fine too.
Yeah, it's the Mario Maker of PC.
Exactly. After 6 months in public beta, the editor is now live and the game's on sale too, actually. The level editor does the full shebang. Build levels piece by piece and decorate them. Place and customize enemies. Make cutscenes. String levels into campaigns and all that. It has Steam Workshop support, so you can upload your own creations and easily download other folks. Also, the GOG version is still getting the editor, but downloading levels is a bit fiddlier without the workshop. To celebrate this launch, Hotline Miami 2 is discounted, has a 75% discount on Steam. And technically the discount is only for 24 hours. So it's not part of the Steam summer sale.
Okay, because right now I'm looking at the Steam page, and it's sitting at $374 right now. It's 75% off.
Yeah, I think that's just for this celebration of the level editor being out.
Because I wouldn't be surprised to see it go on sale again for the summer sale. Because the first Hotline Miami went on sale quite frequently. So,
Yeah, that's how I bought it the first time.
yeah. So it's I'm good to see that everything went well with the beta and that it's coming out. Because I think one of the things that gets overlooked in games is this sort of community creative force, and
Mm,
it's something that we need to see more of in games. Honestly, like other than Mario Maker, this does it, and GTA 5 to an extent with their like their movie editor type deal. Not a
mm,
lot of games do this sort of have the community create things. That's mostly where the modding community comes in, right? Is where
right.
they're the creators. So I think this really does nothing but good things for the community because it gets people interested in the game and it adds infinite replayability to your game because there's content that you don't even have to create that players are creating for you that people are buying the game to play.
Like Doom's Snap Map
Yes.
is another good example of that. And I mean, looking at this level editor, it looks very complex, but I think that's good. And like from some of the stuff they're talking about, how like you can make cutscenes and string levels into campaigns, like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a really big feature and people will buy the game for that feature alone.
Yeah, and it sucks that like I feel like this is never gonna come to the console version because that's what I played Hotline Miami 2 on.
Yeah.
So I should probably buy this on PC because I'd like to try out these level editor levels
How
and see it.
was Hotline Miami on console? Because I can't imagine playing it on console. When I was playing it on PC, I have to like I whip around with because I have much faster response time on the PC
Mm.
because the mouse is a little more agile. So I can't imagine playing that with a console. I feel like you turn too slowly.
No, the thing is like your turning radius is probably about the same as the mouse. Honestly, the right stick just acts as the mouse, so if you point it in any direction, he'll aim his body that way.
Is it like is it fast? Because I feel
Yeah,
like it would be too slow.
it's fast. It's very responsive actually, and the console version has like some stuff to help you along with that too. If you say have a problem with it, I've never had really a problem with it, but they have like a lock on mode that can help you out if you're having trouble getting used to the sticks or whatever. But I like it on consoles actually. I think it plays really well on consoles. I remember when I played the first one because I played it on PC first because it wasn't like on consoles or anything yet.
Yeah.
And when I played it on PC, I played it with the mouse and keyboard. And I thought it was really good, and I was like, I could never see myself playing this with anything other than mouse and keyboard. You know what I mean? Then I got it on the Vita, and I liked it a lot on there. And so then it came to PS4. Like the first one came to PS4 for free for me because I had bought it on Vita, and so it just became like a thing. And now I like two on PS4 as well.
Yeah. Why is there a guy mowing the lawn at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? What are you doing? We delayed
Be-
the recording so this wouldn't happen.
I don't know if it was exactly so this wouldn't happen, but
In my mind, it was.
but yeah, this is.
Freaking lawnmower guy.
I think I might get this now because it's like $3 or
Yeah,
whatever right now. You said.
it's ridiculous. It's like $3. I can every year I can buy games from Steam using the money I've earned through playing Counter Strike. So it's kind of funny. Like that game funds my other games.
You earn money through playing Counter Strike.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Just by playing the game, you get skin drops and case drops and whatever, and you can sell those cases and skins. And the newer the case, the more they go for.
And you can sell them for like Steam currency.
Yeah.
That's cool, actually.
I mean, a lot of the older ones will sell for like 5-10 cents a piece, which isn't much. But the brand new case that just came out a while ago is going for like $5 or $6 right now.
That's really cool, actually. More games, I think, should do that. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it funds a whole marketplace. The most it's to be honest, it's kind of ridiculous. The most expensive knife in Counter Strike is like 400 and something bucks.
Are you wait? So is this people buying it from you, or is it
Yes,
just like you're selling it in the game?
your people buy it. It has nothing to do with the game. It's all on Steam's marketplace. So
Oh,
you go on the marketplace, you post it. It's essentially like eBay. You just put it up there. Someone goes up there and goes, "All right, I'll buy it from you." They buy it off you, and then they have it in their game.
huh.
Why you would pay $400 for a fictional knife, I don't know, but
That's really interesting. It's almost like what we were talking about before we started the show. How I was telling you how I was looking at people reselling things, and I think that that's just such an interesting market.
yeah.
This is even more interesting to me because it's like not even a real thing.
Yeah, you're paying for cosmetic skins on your weapons, which I'm not complaining. You're buying them off me, so yeah, do whatever you want with them. But
That's that's odd. I'm surprised. I would never buy like a cosmetic skin. Like maybe if it was like a cool knife and it was like $5. You know what I mean? That maybe did something different. I don't know how much different it does, or is it just like a skin for the regular knife?
well, there are different kinds of knives, and usually the skins are just cosmetic for those knives, but the only thing that they do differently is some of them, the most valuable ones, are stat track. So what those are is they have little bars, little like electronic things on the skins, on the
Mm.
knives, and it keeps track of the number of kills you get with that weapon. So the most valuable skins for guns and knives are the ones that are stat track.
Huh. You have just opened my mind to a whole new thing that I didn't know existed.
It's an interesting ecosystem.
Uh, wow. Well, so do you want to talk about the Steam Summer Sale for a little bit? Because I have that here in the news doc that we were going
Sure.
to talk about.
Well, I'll throw this up on the video right now because I have Steam open. And for those of you who are like don't do PC gaming or are kind of new to PC gaming, I want you to take a look at these sales right now. Dark Souls 1, $5, down 75%. GTA 5, $35. Doom, $35. Witcher 3, $25. Like this is ridiculous.
GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, $2.49.
Yeah, like Stardew Valley, that's a game everybody seems to love for some reason. I've never played it, but even that's on sale. Dark Souls 3, that just came out a few months, like what, a month, 2 months ago, and
Yeah, something like that.
it's already down 25%. It's $45 now. So like, if this is the time to get into PC gaming, if you aren't in it already.
LA Noir, $4.99.
Yeah. So I'm curious, Jake, are you gonna buy anything in advance to getting your PC so you'll have stuff to play when you build it?
I might, because like I'm looking at some of this stuff, and some games that I would actually like to play on PC are on sale.
And
Like,
this sale lasts a while, so you'll have plenty of time to sort of shift through.
what was it? What was the one I was looking? Euro Truck Simulator's on sale. It's not like a huge sale. It's not like one of these things where it's like $2, but like still it's on sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean for the most part, I skim through the under $5 thing
Mm.
because most of the time that's like the most popular games get the biggest sales because they know they're gonna sell the best, right? So
Right.
a lot, even the under $10 one, like Undertale, for example, that's on sale right now for $7.
That's a
And
game that everybody likes.
yeah, and if you want to buy the soundtrack with it, which I highly recommend because that soundtrack is amazing, it's $12. So
Mount Your Friends, $1.99.
really, that's what more do you want?
I actually love Mount Your Friends. I think it's a real fun game.
I've never played it. I've seen it, and that's enough for me.
There's some stuff about it that I could see why it would make people go, no, I'm not playing that.
Yeah,
Oh, but but it's fun actually. It's like it's challenging. Hey, look at that Goat Simulator, $2.49. Maybe it will download here faster.
yeah, no thanks. I wouldn't pay for the game. The reason I'm playing it on Xbox is because it's free.
Oh God, it's not good. All the Roller Coaster Tycoons are on sale.
Yeah, so this is I don't know. I don't think I'll pick anything up this year because I've been purchasing Steam sales for a long time.
And you just have so much backed up that you're like,
I mean, I have 191 games on my library, so
mm,
I have more than enough to play for the foreseeable future. But I mean, really, if there's a deal that I just can't pass up, I feel the need that I might have to step in and grab one or two. Like the whole Dark Souls franchise is on sale. If I didn't already own the games, I would absolutely purchase them. I don't own the third one, but I'm not I don't need it yet. I still have the first two to get through. Once I beat that, then maybe I'll consider
I'll,
the third one.
I'll tell you right now what's worth it more than anything. Rainbow Six Vegas 2 is $4.99 right now. That's a great game. That's a great co-op game.
Yeah, so welcome to recommendations with CWD.
Yeah, that's basically what this has turned into. But yeah, so the Steam Summer Sale has always interested me because like it's just they sell all these games for these exorbitantly low prices.
Yeah,
That like it's always interested me that like a service can just do this. You know what I mean? Like, and why doesn't everything do this? You know what I mean?
well, think of it this way. At first glance, this seems like a terrible idea, right? From a business perspective. So say you're a developer, Naughty Dog, right? You're selling your game on Steam. You take a loss for the games you sell on Steam because Steam takes a cut of every game that it sells.
Right.
So you would think that making a sale where your games are 50 to 75% off would cut your payment back even further, right? Like, it would seem like a terrible idea. But they're smart in the way that they do this. The games that go on sale are games that people aren't purchasing at a very fast rate anymore, so they're not making much money off them anyway. So they put these gigantic sales on them to attract more people. And to give you an idea of how many people are attracted by this sale, Steam itself lags because of how much traffic it gets at this time of the year.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the audience that they pull from these Steam summer sales. Like, this is the go-to place to buy games on PC. There's no other place to really do it. And when you have a sale this big, you're going to attract so many people that you're going to offset the difference from the sales and the fact that Steam takes a cut. So, games like the first Dark Souls game, right? I'll use that as an example. Not a lot of people are buying the first Dark Souls game anymore because it's a few years old at this point. It came out in like 2008, 2009, maybe a little earlier, I don't remember. So not a lot of people are buying it. They're buying the second and now the third one. So they can afford to make that $20 game $5 because they're getting way more money than they would have from it otherwise. If that makes any sense.
Let me tell you, the biggest complete with DLC recommendation right now for $2.49, Slender the Arrival. Buy it. Great game.
Oh, fantastic game. You know what? I wish this lawnmower guy outside my window right now would go play Slender the Arrival. So he can feel the disappointment that I'm feeling right now, that he wants to mow the lawn at freaking 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
But yeah, we only wanted to talk about the Steam Summer Sale briefly, just to explain that's great, even though we don't need to explain that it's great, because everyone already knew.
Well,
I don't even play PC games, and I already knew.
Yeah, not everybody is... I'm sort of the resident PC gamer here at, CWD, where the majority of the games that I play are on PC. So, this is old news to me, but for those of you who are... Well, this is weird to me. The original Hotline Miami is more expensive than the sequel.
Is it on sale, or is it just...
No, in general. Like, Hotline Miami 1 is $20 normally. Hotline Miami 2 is $15. And
That's weird.
On sale, the first one is $5, and the second one is $3.74, like we said earlier.
Does it come with something? Like, does it come with, like, the soundtrack or something like that?
No. It just is more expensive. I would click on it, but Steam, like I said before, is lagging because nothing functions.
It's like $10 on consoles. That's weird.
Yeah. No, Outlast, $5. That's a horror game that everybody should play.
That's a good
And
game.
I'm not even being sarcastic this time. That's actually a good game. Oh, there we go. Steam worked again. Nope, now it's breaking. I'm gonna close Steam before it explodes.
Yeah. And so now that we're done talking about the Steam Summer Sale, we only have one more thing to do, and you know what that is.
I have an inkling.
Forgot it last week, didn't forget it this week. We're gonna play. Oh, that sucked. Welcome to Well That Sucked. The way the game works is simple. I give Brad 3 randomly selected games, and he has to tell me which of the 3 are the lowest rated according to Metacritic. I can give Brad no help besides a brief description of the game if Brad so asks for it. Brad, are you ready?
Kind of sad that you remembered it this week. I don't get to play my sad trombone sound again.
I heard that, and I was like, oh, he's making me look the fool in the edit as well.
I gotta have some fun, right?
Round 1.
Round 1.
So this is kind of like a twofer round of what the theme is here. So we have Mighty Number 9,
Oh, God.
Trials of the Blood Dragon, and Deadlight Director's Cut. Now these are 3 platformers, I guess. I guess Trials is a platformer, and 3 new releases. So.
All right, so I already know what Mighty Number 9 got on Metacritic because we reported it in the show earlier.
Did we?
Yeah, last Tuesday. So I know that one, but the question is, did it do better than Trials of the Blood Dragon? What was the third one?
Deadlight Director's Cut.
Deadlight Director's Cut. So Trials of the Blood Dragon to me looked awful. So I feel like my opinion of that might be skewed, and I might think that's worse than it actually is. And I don't know much about the director's cut of Days Gone, but
Deadlight, not Days Gone.
Deadlight. God damn it!
It is a zombie game too, though. It's like an apocalypse, like platformer or something like that.
Yeah. Small tangent. Did you hear that the guys at Days Gone didn't want it to be called a zombie game because that's not what it is. It's not a zombie.
Yeah, they're not zombies. They're freakers.
They're zombies. They just don't want it to be called a zombie game because there are
they're not,
many zombie.
They're
games.
not dead, so they're not zombies.
That's the I Am Legend clause. They're functionally zombies.
The I Am Legend thinks they're supposed to be vampires.
I know, which is sort of a bad example, but you know what I mean. They're doing it for marketing purposes, not for legitimate story purposes.
I guess that's like saying that clickers in The Last of Us aren't zombies.
Yeah, they're functionally zombies. You just don't want to be caught up in all the there's too many zombie games in the market hype. Or
yeah,
not hype, but you know what I mean. Anyway, back to the question. Did Trials of the Blood Dragon do worse than Mighty Number 9 at a 67? Or did Mighty Number 9 drop on Metacritic? Because the last time I've seen that rating. Oh, this isn't as easy as I thought it would be.
Wait, what did you say the score was?
It was 67 when I reported on it last time. Don't
Okay.
tell me if it changed, but
I'm not going to, but okay. Just curious.
all right. I'm gonna go out and say that the launch of Mighty Number 9 was just so bad. I know Trials of the Blood Dragon looked awful to me, but somebody out there enjoyed whatever that cluster they saw was, so it couldn't have been that bad. I'm gonna go with Mighty Number 9 being the worst of the three.
Brad, you're right.
Yep, shocker.
See, I noticed that a lot of times when I play this game, I make rounds too easy for you. And so I thought
Oh,
by
I'm glad you think
throwing
that.
so I thought that by throwing Trials of the Blood Dragon in here, it would really throw you off.
Oh yeah, it
Uh,
threw me for a loop.
so the lowest rate is Mighty Number 9. Can you tell me what Mighty Number 9 was rated on Metacritic?
Is it still a 67?
No, it's not. You're locking that in though?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's not a 67. It's a 56.
Oh my god, it dropped even more.
Trials of the Blood Dragon is the second with a 57, and the highest rated was Deadlight Director's Cut with a 66.
Well,
Round 2.
round 2.
What is up with these weird voices that you do?
I gotta keep it interesting.
So this one, I've always thought that this was interesting that Metacritic rates the different versions of things differently.
Oh, never mind. I'm just stupid. I just checked the news document from last week. I did say it was a 57, and I just misremembered. I'm an
Okay.
idiot. God damn.
Okay. That's great. So, these are three versions of the same game. So, think of that and think of that, right?
I'm screwed.
Minecraft PS4 edition, Minecraft Xbox One edition, and Minecraft Wii U edition.
Okay. So my gut instinct says go Wii U just because it's bad by association, right? It's the Vita syndrome. That just because nobody develops the platforms, therefore the games aren't as desirable. But I don't know. I haven't played the PS4 version, so I can't imagine it's that different from the Xbox One version. I own this game on like 7 platforms, so the only ones I don't own it on are Wii U and PS4, ironically. All right, so I'm going with Wii U. I'm not even gonna overthink this. I'm going straight Wii U. My gut instinct.
Really?
Yes.
You'd be right.
Ah, there we go.
Can you tell me what the Wii U edition is rated?
All right, so I'm guessing that the irregular editions were probably in the mid to high 80s. So I'm guessing Wii U is probably like a 72.
Oh wow, you got really close. It's a 77.
Ah.
The second highest rated was Minecraft Xbox One edition with an 88, and the highest rated was Minecraft PS4 edition with an 89. So
How is one higher than the other? I don't get, like they're basically the same thing, just ported. Unless one has something the other one doesn't.
I don't get how any of these could be higher than the other. They're all the same game.
Can you imagine playing on a Wii U? That just sounds inconvenient.
That sounds better to me because I have my inventory on the tablet.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it would be more of an issue than anything. I'd play Minecraft in VR though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, buy a Gear VR. If you buy a Samsung Galaxy phone right now, you get one for free.
Yeah, I don't want to play the Pocket Edition though. I want to play the normal edition.
Only Pocket Edition is VR.
No, they've made mods for the other ones.
Oh, they have?
Yep.
Oh, well, official release.
Yeah.
It's only Pocket Edition. Pocket Edition isn't even bad.
No, it's got blue flowers.
Exactly. It's not. It's almost at parity with the console version. Essentially.
Lawnmower guy, don't do it again. No, Jacob, hurry up before he comes back.
Okay, round 3.
Round 3.
I'm just gonna tell you what this round is. It's Nintendo 64 games.
Ooh.
So Banjo Tooie. That's the sequel, not Banjo Kazooie.
Yep.
Mario Kart 64
Okay.
and Zelda's Majora's Masks.
Oh, okay. This is a
Majora's
tough one.
Mask.
So I feel like Mario Kart 64 is an issue of nostalgia making it better than it is, because that, it's a decent game, but there were its flaws and it wasn't the best. It's definitely not the best Mario Kart. If you think that, then I'm sorry. I wholeheartedly I disagree.
Oh no, it's probably Double Dash.
I would say I really like Double Dash, which seems to be an unpopular opinion. Everybody thinks Double Dash is bad,
I don't know why. Double Dash is great.
and it was on the GameCube, so really, there's nothing more than I need.
In all honesty, though, the definitive version of Mario Kart is probably DS.
I've never played a Mario Kart DS.
Mario Kart DS was amazing. I mean, Mario Kart 7 was good too, but Mario Kart 8 was just like, it's like pure Mario Kart, just perfect on portable.
So 64 definitely has some rose tint on that one, but Tooie is just a vastly superior game to Kazooie in every way. Like, it's one of those rare things where a sequel is just in every way better than the original. It's Assassin's Creed 1 to 2 before that was a thing, right?
And then of course the third one is even better.
Yeah, the third one's a Zelda game, which is one of the most highly
Oh
regarded.
no, I was talking about Banjo-Kazooie 3.
Oh, I was gonna say, no, not. That's
That's nuts and bolts.
listen. That Nuts and Bolts is a fine game in and of its own right, but don't throw Banjo Kazooie on that. It's a Lego game that's has a weird Banjo Kazooie label on it for some reason. But I still hope one day that I'll get a third Banjo Kazooie game, but I don't think it's ever happening.
It's possible.
At this point, I don't think I want it anymore. Rare has been kind of, they scare me.
Get the people making ukulele to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just play ukulele at this point. Has a snake in it, so he's probably pretty cool.
He's a lizard. He's not a snake.
Is he a lizard? I thought he was a snake.
You keep calling him a snake. Snakes don't have arms and legs.
Well, okay, so I'm tempted to go with Mario Kart 64 just because that was the one that to me feels like nostalgia would hurt it or would help it the most. And on its own rights, I'm hoping critics didn't fall to the nostalgia.
So you
And
going with Mario Kart?
I don't know. This is tough. I feel like I could say Zelda, but everybody loves Zelda on the N64.
It's my favorite Zelda Majora's Mask.
Yeah, like it's. I feel like maybe I'm letting the public perception cloud my judgment a little bit, but I feel like that one did much better than 64 did. And Banjo-Tooie, I can't pick it just because I'm a Banjo-Kazooie kid. I love that franchise, so can't pick that out of my own, my own selfish needs. So I'm going with Mario Kart 64. I think that's the one I'm going with.
Brad,
Yes.
you've finally done it. You got the three-peat.
Wait, I've done that before.
No, Vinny did it, and then the episode was lost.
Haven't I done it once before after Vinny? I
No.
feel like you've said the phrase "you've done the three-peat" before.
No,
Somebody
you
check
haven't.
the records. Listener, email us and let me know if I've won this before. You think I'd remember editing the show, but I don't.
Can you tell me what Mario Kart 64 was rated?
Mario Kart 64 was rated an 86.
Real close. 83.
One day.
The second highest was Banjo-Tooie with a 90, and the highest was Majora's Mask with a 95.
Yeah, so you don't screw with Zelda on the N64. Everybody loved it.
Exactly. But you know what? You did good. You did a three-peat. I made that last one hard for you intentionally.
Yeah, that was not easy. Putting my favorite game up against the game everybody else has as a favorite game.
Exactly.
It's a dirty trick.
I know.
Don't make a
I'm
habit
terrible.
out of it.
But, Brad, why don't you read me the spiel?
Alright, so if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at completewithdlc@gmail.com. It's going to be the best place for you to send all your complaints, comments, questions, concerns, or anything you want to say to us. That's the place to go. If you want one of us to answer your question or talk to one of us specifically, please put our name in either the body or subject line of the email. That way I can make sure the correct person answers you and you get the answers that you're looking for. If you don't want to email the show and you just want to keep up to date with everything the show's doing, head over to Twitter and follow Complete with DLC there. That's where Jacob puts all the information about whether or not we're live streaming any particular episode and whether or not any episodes go up to YouTube or when they go up to YouTube or when a new episode comes out. The whole shebang. It's all on Twitter. Go over there. Check it out. If you don't want to follow Twitter, you just want to get new episodes of the show, then head over to wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play, or any of the affiliates thereof. Once you're there, please use whatever review software they give you, whether those be thumbs, stars, arrows, or smiley faces, and let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and how we could improve the show. We take all the feedback you guys give us, and we like to think we're moving in the right direction, but we never quite know for sure. If, for whatever reason, you just want to catch the uploaded VODs of the podcast, then head over to YouTube. Check out the description of the video to figure out how to get to our YouTube channel because we don't have a custom URL. I apologize, but a link will be in the description of every episode. If you want to watch the show live, please head over to twitch.tv/completewithdlc. We stream at approximately 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, we do not stream every live episode due to personal complications. Usually Jacob has a bad hair day, whatever it might be. We don't
I'm a real diva.
Really, he has to look his best for the cameras. But Jacob, if they want to get in touch with you specifically and not the show, where can they do that?
You can do that on any sort of social media at itsjaygriff, ITSJAYGRIFF. I'm most active on Twitter, though, so if you really want to get in touch with me, the best way to do that would be through Twitter. Brad, if they want to get in touch with you, where can they do that?
If you want to get in touch with me, then head over to Twitter as well. I'm Calgny on Twitter, Kalgne. I'm not terribly active on Twitter, but I do pay very close attention to it, so if you want to get in touch with me there, I will notice. If you don't want to use Twitter or you don't trust my ability to use a social media site, then head over to Battle.net. I suppose there's a little interactive hub for their games, totally free, don't worry about it, and you can play some of their free games while you chat with me. I am Brad, hashtag 1261 on Battle.net, and you have to put the hashtag in between the 1261 and the Brad. It's just the way they do things. When you send me a friend request, please let me know where you heard the friend code, whether it be from a podcast episode or a YouTube video or wherever you heard it, just so I can keep a physical note of this. And, in a few months when I forget who you are specifically, I can just check your note and see, oh, you're a podcast listener, okay. And I won't delete you. It's just so I can keep track of things. I have terrible memory, guys. I'm sorry. Just the way I do things. But I think that's everything, Jacob. No,
Musical recommendation.
I was about to say musical recommendation. Do you have one? Or do I gotta go
I
first?
do.
All right, what do you got, Jacob?
So they don't need me to recommend them. They're a big band, but the new album by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Getaway, is really fantastic. I've basically listened to it for the past week, and I like it a lot. I think it's a real good return to form for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think everyone should listen to it.
Jacob's seal of approval.
Exactly.
It's a highly sought after award.
Yeah, it is. Like, honestly, like, if anybody wanted an award with my face on it, that would be probably worth a lot more than like an Oscar.
That's terrifying. I imagine just like a sticker that they give out with your face on it that says Jacob approves.
That's how Kind of Funny does their E3 stuff.
That's terrifying. I wouldn't want a picture of anybody on my stickers.
Like, you know how like they have the E3 booths and then they have the big wall where people will put like their game of show stickers or whatever?
Yeah.
The Kind of Funny ones are just the pictures of each individual host and what they give it.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
So it would just be like Greg Miller's face up on the side of like the Ghost Recon booth.
Oh, what if they like scratch and sniff? Oh, that's weird. I don't want to think about that.
Don't. Oh, that's gross. No, like it wouldn't go scratch. Like this is the Jacob odor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Scent of Griffin. There
Nobody
we go.
wants that. That's disgusting.
Oh god. All right. So for my musical recommendation, I'm recommending a composer by the name of Masaru Yokoyami. He's an anime composer who's kind of new in the scene, actually. He's just not been around terribly long. And for those of you who watch anime, you know him from Your Lie in April. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. But if you do, I warn you, kind of heart-wrenching. It's a little on the heavy side, so don't go in there expecting happy-go-lucky, whatever's. But he makes some beautiful piano pieces, and his music really just amplifies every scene that it's in. So if you're looking for some heart-wrenching music and you're just really looking for something good to watch at the same time, check out Masaru Yokoyami.
You said heart-wrenching. I just want to point that out.
I try to keep it under control, but in New England, we only have 25 letters of the alphabet. You know that, but
Comes out every once in a while. You get it. Sometimes like I notice it comes out if I get mad.
If I get annoyed, or if I'm talking about something I'm excited about or like passionate about, I drop
Yeah.
the R's immediately.
Exactly.
I have to make a conscious effort to that's how you know we're screwed up. We have to make a conscious effort to include a letter in the alphabet.
Like I have to put on my presenter voice for this podcast and
Yeah.
just make sure that it has like the R's in it.
Otherwise, it's just two kid from basically southern Boston just flabbing about video games, going, "Yeah, that game was terrible." Or how do you say terrible in a Boston accent? It's like half R's.
I don't know. I think it's if something ends in an R. So like ca,
Yeah,
it's ca.
we replace R's with H's. Whatever. We've analyzed the Boston accent long enough. Red Hot Chili Peppers for Jacob, Masaru Yokoyami for me. That's a musical recommendation. Jacob, I think, is a show.
Yep, that's the show. This has been Complete with DLC. I'm Jacob Griffin,
I'm Brad Knight.
and thank you for listening. I dropped my R in 4. I just realized.
Yes.
I said for listening.
Yeah.
God, it's happening.
This is gonna be a fun one to edit.
It shouldn't be that bad.
I need to. I should